Hi everybody, it's Nicole Dion with Eyebrow Studio, and I'm a licensed esthetician, makeup artist, and eyebrow designer. And today I thought it'd be fun to do a wake up to makeup with me, and it's a full makeup application today. A lot of times I'm teaching little bits and pieces of how to, but I thought it'd be fun since it's Friday and it's gonna be the weekend. Let's go all out and let's do it all. So my son is graduating tomorrow from high school. I am so excited. I took part of the day off because I'm going to be going and getting all of that prepped because we have a party tomorrow after graduation. Good morning, Sherry. Thanks for joining today. How's it going? Is your son graduating this weekend too? So I'm going to start with just a few drops of some Mineral Touch foundation, and I love this brush, and I just swirl it all on. Well, I kind of take the swirling part back. I don't swirl because you have these fine hairs, and the fine hairs can stand up if you swirl. So I mean, get it on, like if you need to go sideways and whatever, that's fine, but then at the end kind of go down. Oh, you guys are graduating next weekend. I know. Oh my gosh, it's so like, I mean, it's exciting but sad all at the same time. So Monday, my son and I went to the Air National Guard recruiting office, and we had to go onto the base. And you know, just the drive there, I was trying not to cry. It was definitely teary-eyed. And that was just, you know, the recruiting office. That wasn't like we were signing up for anything at that point. So he will be entering the National Guard here probably within the next month or so. But it's just like, wow, my baby is growing up. He was my baby for 9 years before I had my, 8 or 9 years before I had my other son. So he was the baby for a long time. Today is senior day. What's senior day? Yes, I am very proud of him. What's senior day? I know my son's practicing today. He is practicing with the group, just the graduation and how to go about it. So that's what he's doing today. He doesn't have to go to class. He told me last night, he's like, Mom, I'm not skipping school. We just don't have class. We have rehearsal. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. Ceremony and then party, yay. So I'm going to be using a little bit of concealer to help with these. I have a 19-month-old, and you know what, he doesn't always sleep through the night, and so I get these dark circles no matter how much water I drink, or vitamins that I try to take to help with that. So I like to use a color called Chiffon because it has a little bit of an orange hue to it to just really color correct easily, so I don't have to use a lot of concealer. So that is why I choose this color. Oh, senior skip day. Yeah, okay. Sherry's saying it's like a ditch day, but excuse the senior class breakfast. Oh, wow, that sounds fun. Bowling, dinner, and a trip to the amusement park. Well, that's fun. Cool. So it's not just like a total skip day, but it's like a planned activity. That's really cool. They didn't have anything like that. And I'm only concealing where I need it. I am not a person who likes to conceal all the way under. Especially as we get a little bit older, we get the finer lines out here. So, you know, I'm not putting that all out there to collect in those fine lines. I just put it here where I need it, and do you see the difference? Makes my eyes look more awake. And then if you notice, I did go around the hook of my nose and into my smile line. I do have discoloration here that I like to cover. And then in the smile lines, just make your smile look brighter. So today I'm going to use palette 1, and it's just neutral colors. I think I want to do a little bit more emphasis on the eyes though, so I'm probably going to be using some of the deeper colors. And I might actually, I don't know. I really love palette 3. I love the color Tickled in there. I may use that. Actually, I might use it. I just wish they had a pot of Tickled all by itself because I really like it for a transition color. I like it for a blush color. It'd be pretty as a lip color. This is the color I'm talking about. I'm in love with it. You love it too? Yes. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So I like to start with this color and then I build from there. Oh, looks like I have a little bit of foundation under my bangs. I cut bangs recently and I am loving them. Okay, so just get that color on. Oh, what did I do with the palette? Moved it over there. Yeah, I love palette 3, but the main, well, I use a lot of the colors from palette 3, but I use this one the most and then probably these 3 out of that palette. And I do use Irate. I use that color for eyeliner. You haven't used Tickled much? Oh yeah, definitely try it. It's awesome. You'll love it. I mean, so I'm starting here with that color. And it's just, I have deep set eyes. There's a lot of space between my eyelid and my eyebrows. And when you have deep set eyes or hooded eyes, you want a color that's a little bit higher than your crease. So if you have deep set eyes or hooded eyes like I do and wonder why your color disappears throughout the day, this is why, is because if you put it directly in the crease, it disappears because you have a lot of depth. So put it a little bit higher, you'll be able to see your crease color. So I like to have a little bit of a transition color plus a crease color so it kind of blends together so it's not like straight on dark above my brow bone, so, or I mean above my crease. Close to the brow bone. That's what I meant. But isn't it pretty? I just love that color. We're done. No, I'm kidding. Oh, it's nice to have big eyelids. Not everybody's very lucky to have that, but it is nice if you are lucky to have it, but you can make an illusion if you don't have big eyelids, right? Okay, so from here, let's do Chipper. I like this color. It's kind of a warm brown. And I'm just going to tap that into the crease and also the outer corner. And I know sometimes this looks intimidating. It looks like you can't do it. I promise if you just try, you can get your makeup on exactly the same way I do. You might just need a little bit of practice. I've been practicing probably since I was 15 years old. Not that you have to have that many years of practice, of course. Absolutely not. Just, you know, maybe just a week or so practicing, you can get it down. But the main thing is to have good brushes and good makeup, because all your effort may be in vain if you have watered down pigments and very stiff, etchy brushes. So sometimes what I've noticed in my profession doing makeup lessons, and when the ladies bring their makeup to me and bring their brushes, I'm like, oh, this is why you can't do your smoky eye. It's because your, you know, eyeshadow goes on like watercolor instead of like pow. You know what I mean? So you have to keep like applying and applying and applying and applying over and over the same color to try to make it look dark, and people give up because it's like, well, this isn't easy. It should be easy if you have the right colors or the right pigment, and if you have the right brushes, because brushes make the world of difference if it's going to blend smoothly or not. So nothing is on this brush right now. I am blending what I just put on. And then I'm going to use Elated, which is like that bone color here. Yes, so Sherry's saying that she remembers the first time that she used high quality eye makeup, and it was a game changer for her. And I can totally see why. It does make a difference, and it makes it so easy to get your makeup on quickly. Like, I could have all of this, if I wasn't talking, having fun with you guys, I could just get this on probably within like 7 minutes, like the whole face, And it's because it's high quality products, brushes, and then just a little bit of practice, put that in there, you will totally get it. Okay, I think I want to do a little bit of shimmer. I really like the color Sincere, so I think I'm going to go with that. It just has a little bit of light reflector in it. It's not super frosted, it's not super glittery. I'm just going to pat that on here. And just a little bit in that inner corner. See how that just reflects light? Looks so pretty. I think we'll call that good. And let's do the other side. I'm going to do the Elated. Oh, I need to do the chipper. I'm having way too much fun talking with you, Sherry. Let's see. Let's get my dome brush. Love this brush. I'm going to load it up with the chipper. And we're going to pat that in to the crease and that outer corner. And I really like this technique. I feel like it's going to be easier for you guys to do if you do the patting it in versus starting with the swish, which this is not incorrect. You totally can do this, but if you just kind of pat it on where you want, you get the color there. Then you can take that empty brush and then you can blend it and then do the windshield wiper motion. I feel like that technique takes the kind of the guesswork out of where to put your crease color. So Sherry's saying she used to wonder why her eye makeup didn't look as pretty as the ladies at the makeup counter in the department stores. It's because her eye makeup was from the drugstore. Sometimes you can find a good drugstore find, maybe a lipstick or whatnot, but in my experience I have found that the eyeshadows are very watered down with talc, and that is so true. Like it doesn't work as well. You might be able to get away with a lipstick, a liner, maybe a blush here or there, but for the most part, you know, you might find yourself frustrated with those eye pigments that are super watered down. And if you notice, I didn't have to put a lot of pigment on my brush either. It just went on really smoothly. What am I looking for? I feel like I need a little bit. I have more light on this side of my office because there's a window. So I never know if it's like, is it the play on lights or is it that I need to put the color a little bit higher? Let me look in a regular mirror. In a regular mirror it looks okay. I should have closed the blinds. Okay, so let's put a little bit of Sincere. Gosh, makeup makes such a difference. I mean, I'm okay with not wearing makeup. I think all of us ladies should be okay with not wearing makeup. But it's so fun, and it does just, like, my eyes are coming alive. Let's see, what do I want to do? I'm probably going to use my liquid to do a tight line. And I like the little inkwells just because it has a lot of pigment to them. They're a little bit easier to use than the pens, in my opinion, but find what works for you, right? So a tight line is just right on your eyelash line. And I always find that if you do sideways with your applicator, that it covers more ground and it's easier to get on. And I'm also going in little motions. I got this one at the Beauty Supply. This one came from Sally's. Palladio? I don't know. But that is where I got this, and I love it, and I've had it forever. And when you're experimenting with putting makeup on your eyes, see what feels comfortable to you. What feels comfortable to me is holding this applicator to the side of putting it on, and then I change sides and go the opposite way. But for your eye type, that might not work. You know what I mean? So try different techniques that you see either here online or in magazines. Give it a try. If it doesn't feel comfortable, try a different technique. Your eye placement might be a little bit different than the person teaching you. So there are little tweaks that you could do with your wrist or how you hold your pencil or your brush that's going to help you. So make those adjustments that kind of feel intuitive to you when you try different techniques. Okay, so tight line, got the shadow on. Oh, let's see, should we do, let's do brows next, and then we will do mascara. So here is a awesome brow palette. There's so many things you can do with this. I'm going to keep it simple today. I'm going to use number 1. Here is the brush that goes with it. This side is for this creamy texture here, which I found 2 uses for it. It's a great way to finish and polish the brows and hold them in place. But if you have balding spots in your brows and the pigment won't stick to it, a lot of times, like if you have a missing chunk of your eyebrow and you try to put liner there, it won't stick. If you try to put shadow there, it looks too like watered down. But if you add just a little bit of this, I don't know what you want to call it, gel first or wax, do that first, and then the pigment will stick to that and it'll look more solid if you try it that way. So that's 2 ways to use that particular pigment. So I'm going to use the lighter color, and we're just going to put that right here in the inner corner, and I'm going to go up in the direction that my hair grows. So eyebrows are sisters, not twins. It's so true. I have one brow that's completely different than the other. You normally can't tell too much unless I have sunglasses on, and it is this one that is higher than this one. So typically I like to do my brows before I get online, because if I don't, then they kind of look uneven, because I have to really focus on this little spot here. For whatever reason, I've got to make that side a little bit higher. So we'll see if I can get this looking even while I'm on film. So the lighter color is a good fill color. The darker color is a great outline color. And then there's 2 highlighting colors in this palette. And it's pretty reasonable for, I think it's like $39 for this palette. I've seen palettes for like $35 that only have 2 colors. And you know me, I'm a brow person, so I see lots of different brow products, and I absolutely love this one because there is all of the grooming items that you need to make your brows look amazing. Am I looking even? Okay, I think I'm looking even enough. Give me a thumbs up if it looks even enough. Do you want me to show you how to use the darker one? I can show you how to do that. You just take your brush. I wasn't going to do this today. I thought just really easy eyebrows. Oh yeah, this will last forever. Sherry was saying that it's going to last her a year. So this darker one here, what you're going to do is you're going to take that, can you guys see? And you're going to just go underneath and outline. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I don't want to apply the color too heavy. But do you see the difference? It just made it more like polished. Like that looks okay, that looks natural, but this makes it look more like sleek. So that's what you do with the number 2 color. You don't have to just stop there. You can actually outline the whole eyebrow. Like I said, I'm not putting a lot of pressure at all when I'm applying this darker color. See the difference? It's a subtle difference, but it does make a difference. On the top, you could do the same thing. Since I have a little time this morning, let's just go ahead and do that. Show you how to make these brows very defined. But you don't do the inner corner. You leave this spot alone. So this is top and bottom outlined. This is just bottom outlined. Do you see the difference? This brow's more like, bam, here I am. Makes a difference. Let's go ahead and get this one matched up so I don't have like fab brow and natural brow over here. And when I'm saying I'm being really lightweight with this, I really am. I'm like barely touching my skin. And that is because, like I said, I really don't want like a smudge of color. I just want a little dainty amount of color. Okay, here's an awesome brow pencil. Some of you like pencils better than powder. This pencil's awesome. It does have a little brush on the end. So if you have a brow powder at home that you like, you can do that same outlining with a darker pencil. I like these retractable pencils because they're self-sharpen. Also because they're very small. It's very, very detailed versus something like this. See, this is too thick. This is so much better. You can do hair-like strokes. Okay, so I know this video is going to be super, super, super long. I'm sorry, but let me tell you another brow tip that you can use with this particular type of pencil. If you want a very natural and maybe not so chiseled out look like I have today, take your pencil and go against the grain. It'll add hair-like strokes within the body, and then you can do the same here and just add hair-like strokes. Be sure to brush it gently through. The brushing is what blends the colors together so it doesn't just look like it's like streaks. It looks softer, it diffuses it. Okay, eyes are pretty much on. Let's do some mascara. I am going to curl my lashes today. And I am just using a traditional curler. You can use a heated curler. They have open face curlers. I liked this one because it's rose gold. It was pretty. It caught my attention on the shelf, and so I bought it. Crimp the base for about 3 seconds. Crimp the center, same amount of time. Crimp the tips, and what that does is it makes a curl. And you know, on days you don't have time, you totally don't have to do every single step that I'm showing you today. But on the times that you do have time, I like to put on primer. So I like this step, especially with the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. That's going to really make my lashes longer, thicker, more false-like. I like doing this because, one, this is going to separate my eyelashes. And you see how it's white? Another thing that it's going to do is show me exactly if I coated my lashes properly. So I really like to use, making my eyes water, goodness. Okay, so I really like to use primer. Do you use primer, Sherry? Excuse my fingernails today. They're all natural. I have gotten my nails done forever and a day, and after having the baby, I usually just got shellac. Then I started getting fake ones, and my nail person at the time kept popping off my fake ones and putting on new ones and totally destroyed my fingernails. So I started just using the Kiss brand press-on nails to help heal my nails, but they still look decent. So I'm in the middle of switching those out, but my nails are actually finally healed after I think almost 8 months. All the damage is fully grown out. They're strong again, so I'm thinking about getting them done this weekend. That's why I have not put on any of my press-on nails. But I like the press-ons because they're so creative. Oh, Sherry, you have to try the primer. It's awesome. It looks like I had a little bit of adhesive from my eyelashes yesterday, because I've been wearing eyelashes this week. There's a little bit of adhesive left on my eyelash right here. Hopefully it won't look too funky when I put mascara on, but it might. I totally did not see that. So yep, they're nice and primed. I'm going to prime this one a little bit more. Okay. And then mascara. You'll need to post your primer and liner info when you're done. Okay, I will. Good suggestion. Now I am about due for a new 3D fiber lash. I've had this one, I think, a few months. But now I can see if I coated all my lashes since the white primer really is like a guidepost for that. Plus I don't have to spend time separating my eyelashes. I don't know. I'm not super picky about separating my eyelashes anyway, to be honest. So that is kind of a cheat for me to have semi-separated lashes. Boy, mascara makes a difference, doesn't it? So that first coat was just the gel of the fiber lash. This is the second coat, which is just the fiber. And what I'm not showing you on film that I'm doing is I'm pressing this down because there can be little chunks of fibers that you don't want to fall into your eye. And so I like to just roll it out and press them down so the application will be smoother. And then I just go from this eye to this eye. And we're going to do that first and second coat. So I try to stay very straight with my eyelash brush. I try not to zigzag or wiggle or any of that. So if you do, I feel like sometimes it like clumps it together. Mascara just finishes it off, doesn't it? Like, oh my gosh, it's like one step that you cannot miss. Or if it's the one step that you can do, that's the step, right? Mascara. Even mascara and lip gloss if you can't do the rest of it. This is the fibers. Okay. So I let this side sit for a minute. Thank you, Sherry. It was just chipper, elated, sincere, and tickled. Tight line and mascara. Super easy. So I'm doing the bottom. But we're not going to be finished once we do the bottom. We have to do one more coat on the top, and that's to seal the fibers in. So I have met people who've used the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara, and some people say they love it, some people say they hate it, and some people who hated it said because fibers were everywhere. Well, if you have fibers everywhere, it's because you didn't do that final coat. That's the reason. Yep, chipper, elated, tickled, sincere. From palette 1 and palette 3. The palette that I need now is, I need palette 4. I think those colors would be really pretty. I need a Q-tip. I think a lot of us do this, right? Like get a little speck here or there of mascara. Look at these perfect little Q-tips that are already pointed or flat. I got these at CVS. They call them dual-ended cotton tip applicators. Wide precision tips for beautiful eyes. But yeah, it's so easy to get under there with this type of Q-tip versus like a normal Q-tip. Okay, get that final coat on. And that final coat is to seal in the lashes. Like I said, if we weren't chit-chatting and talking, this would all happen so fast. It wouldn't take like 30 minutes to get on the makeup. I mean, if you want to spend 10 to 15, you know, that's plenty of time. But really, most days you can get on your makeup within 5 to 7 minutes. At least I do. Okay, so let's do a little bit of blush. I've been hooked on a really bright pink color for a while. Now we're having fun. You're not distracting me. This is fun. I'm so glad I got to do this. I don't usually get to do a full makeup application because I typically don't have enough space in my day to do it. But this morning I did. I might actually need to check the time, but we're almost done. So this is called Sweet. I have been addicted to this color called Stunning. And I like the color Stunning because it looks good on everybody. It really does. I know, looks scary. Use it with a fan brush. It's not scary at all. It's gorgeous. It looks good on every skin tone. The Sweet color is just more of a peachy, very natural. So the look that I'm kind of going for today is just a very soft, neutral tones, a little bit of drama on the eyes, but still natural enough where it doesn't look like I have, you know, a ton of makeup going on. And I'm just patting this color in. And I'm going to blend it with my, love this brush. I use this brush for powder, I use it for foundation, I use it for blending. It's so soft too. And if it's considered a kabuki brush, it's softer than the other kabuki brushes I ever used. Most kabuki brushes are very stiff, but this is called a powder puff brush. I love it. And then just was going to keep it simple on the lips today. Just going to use Pouty. I used it the other day just as a lipstick. But today we're going to do Pouty and Luxe. Very neutral. So just follow your own natural lip line or go underneath just a little bit if you want to make it look more poofy and pouty. You can start there, and you can also fill it in just a little bit. That will give you a nice layer. And the layer will let you, basically, once the gloss fades, then you'll have still a color on and it won't be like completely empty. Okay. I love this applicator. It's kind of like a little paddle. I don't know if you can tell how like it's kind of flat. Okay, I think that's it. That's all I'm going to do today. Just keep it really neutral on the lips, neutral on the eyes. The eyes is the main focus. I'm going to add just a little bit more blush. And If we wanted to, we could contour just a little bit, super fast. And this is just a fan brush, bronzer. So easy to do. Like, none of this needs to be intimidating or difficult. A little bit of practice, good brushes, high pigmented products, and you should be good to go in no time at all. All right, thank you guys for joining. Thanks, Sherry, for hanging out and talking with me this morning. I know it's Friday morning, most people are busy at work, and I'm so glad that you could hang out with me. If you are not yet following the Eyebrow Studio and you are watching the replay, just click like and follow. I typically try to come online a few times a week to show you how to do some little makeup tricks here and there. I also have a fun makeup day called Whimsical Wednesdays where I do like out there crazy fun makeup, but most of the time I'm showing you quick little tips that you can try at home. And today I just got a little extra time and got to do a full face with you, which is very rare that I get to do something like this. So I will see you guys in the next upcoming video. Thanks for joining. Happy Friday and have an awesome weekend. Bye.